They are not exactly psychologists, but they have better, how to say, experience, how to deal with the people, those who are suffering some problem.
Yeah, yeah. It's I guess it's very important
Yeah,
in today's time to have a psychologist or to at least be in touch with a psychologist,
sure.
because in today's time everything is changing so much so fast at such a bigger pace.
Yeah,
It's getting hard for general people, general population to keep up with it.
sure, sure. Because people are very much rash, they are in very much pressure, time pressure, and so many things, and people have their more respiration, how to say, they like to earn money very in
Yes.
short time. They're willing to have a get promotion in the few years. There are so many things has been created
Yeah.
by the, how to say, it is a global phenomenon.
Yeah,
Everywhere this is a problem.
exactly. You said it quite right. It's a global thing which is happening. It's not just uh, confined and restricted to India or Nepal. It's happening everywhere across the
Yeah,
globe.
sure, sure, sure.
So, when are we starting? We'll be starting in
No,
a few
I
minutes.
think our costume is about 7:40. We'll
Okay.
start. I'm just looking. Till now, we have 19 participations.
Yeah.
Maybe we can expect about 30 participation. Then
Okay.
we'll
Okay.
start.
So we'll wait
Probably we have to wait another
5 to 10
5 minutes.
minutes. Yeah.
Then we'll start.
All right. Sure, 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 sure. No problem.
We are looking our on some senior civil servant. They will also.
Yeah.
I wish they
Okay.
will also
Perfect.
join.
Perfect. Yeah.
We have some colleagues, they have joined from India too, I
Oh,
think.
that's great.
Yeah.
Hello,
Maybe,
everybody.
maybe, I don't know, because I'm just looking their name. Maybe
Mhm.
few participants are joining from India too.
My greetings to everybody in the meeting, by the way.
Thank
Hello,
you.
everybody.
Yeah.
Actually, our IPP asked to you and your colleagues from India and also join this program or not? Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. If everybody joins, that would be great.
I will get it, yes. Uh, Adeshji, as per our, how to say, this is our a kind of costume. You can speak about 30 minutes to 45 minutes as per your requirement. Then
Okay.
we'll have we'll open the floor. And I'll
Okay.
request to all my colleagues, if you have any queries with Adeshji, then you
Sure.
can have opportunity to ask their questions.
Perfect.
Then in the second time, you have better opportunity how we are thinking about this subject matter and how we understand and how we
Mhm.
like to enrich about this matter. It will be better if you speak about maybe around about half an hour. It will be better.
Okay. Okay. All
Do
right. That will.
do you have
That
any
will.
PowerPoint presentation, or
Yes. 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 I do have a
okay?
presentation. I have
Then
it with me.
Dilipji, please
Azir,
please
Azir.
make Adesh sir as a organizer
Host.
of
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
Zoom meeting. Then it will be better to handle PowerPoint presentation by himself.
Yeah, sure.
सर नमस्कार है म अलि 5 मिनेट
नमस्कार,
ढिलो
के
भएँ
छ
के छ नमस्कार
रमणजी?
ठिक छ
आनन्दै?
सर ठिक छ सर सुनिरहेको छु अलि 2
आज
मिनेट
के
ढिलो भयो
फेसबुकमा नि देखिरहेको थिएँ, राम्रै फोटो छ रमणीको। अर्जुन सर नमस्कार। सर यसो भयो सर, पानको चाहिँ जुम मिटिङ ठ्याक्क सुरु गर्न आँटेको छु। अहिले सुरु गर्न आँटे 7:30 को हो। आज हाम्रो चाहिँ नि 1.5 घन्टा हो सर। आज हाम्रो आदर्श निम भन्ने हाम्रो इन्डियाको चाहिँ नि साइकोलोजिस्ट हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँले चाहिँ आज लिँदै हुनुहुन्छ। त्यो एउटा एउटा यो सिद्ध्याउँछु जुम मिटिङ अनि त्यसपछि सरसँग कुरा गर्छु हस् हस्
जोइन गरे हुन्छ नि
हस्
सरले
हस्
पनि
सर हस् हस् धन्यवाद अनि देवडाजी अरू ठिकै छ नि
ठिक छ
ल डिलाराम आचार्यले हामी सबैलाई नमस्कार गर्छ तपाईँलाई पनि नमस्कार छ नवीन चौलागाईले पनि नमस्कार सर म्याम भन्नुभएको छ हाम्रो तर्फबाट पनि नमस्कार छ सबैलाई ए नेत्र सर पनि जोडिने भयो नेत्र सर के हो जोडियो सुनिया छैन कि
आज अलि जाडो जाडो पनि छ मान्छेहरू अलि
मित्रलाल जोडिने भयो
हजुर हजुर नमस्कार
नमस्कार नमस्कार ओहो बल्ल बल्ल हाम्रा दुर्लभ मित्रहरू भेटिएर यसैमा जुममा भए पनि नेत्र सर के हो
नमस्कार
नमस्कार नमस्कार पुरै हिमाल छ पछाडि पुरै टोपी लाछ भने त्यो पुरै उतातिर बेस क्याम्पतिर काला पत्थरतिर जस्तो उतै के छ
यो चाहिँ ठाउँ रुकुम देखाएको घर त यही काठमाडौँ हजुर अहिले
हो ब्याकग्राउन्ड दामी छ ल
हजुर
मित्र सर नमस्कार नमस्कार
नमस्कारम समकालीन नमस्कार
हजुर धन्यवाद सर
लिङ्क पठाउने बित्तिकै जोडियो लागेर जोडिहालेको
हो त
ए
नि
हजुर
होइन
सर हजुर हजुर
अस्ति त स्टाफ कलेजमा पनि फेरि त्यस्तै दामी कार्यक्रम भयो नि त जाउँ जाउँ भनिएको थियो नि नेत्रलाई
राम्रो हो मैले मिस गरेँ नि सर अब
यही
के
त।
गर्ने अड्डा पनि धान्नु पर्ने
त्यही त हाम्रो चन्द्रदेव भट्टराई साहबले एकदम राम्रोसँग चटक्क पारेर कुरा ल्याउनु
हो
भयो
त पछि मैले सुनेको थिएँ राम्रो भयो भन्ने
हो
होइन छ सर युट्युबमा त छ सर त्यहाँ
युट्युबमा छ
अब
है
म युट्युब हेर्छु
ए
समय मिलाएर हेर्छु
ऋषिकेश पन्थी डाक्टर साहब के छ आराम ए म्युट भयो अनम्युट गरौँ डाक्टर साहब पन्थी डाक्टर साहबको म्युटै छ अहिले पनि हो अब नमस्कार ल भयो अब नमस्कार नमस्कार अलिअलि के अलिक ऊ भइरहेको छ अलिकति नेट अलि स्लो भइरहेको छ हो हामीले विज्ञानमा पढेका थियौँ नि आवाज पहिला आउँछ अनि यसो जिउ हल्लिएको चाहिँ पछि आउँछ भनेको थियो हो त नि यो 8, 9, 10 क्लासको किताबहरू त सबै पढ्नुपर्छ है एकपल्ट पुरानो अब सबै त्योभन्दा सबै सिद्धान्तहरू त 8, 9, 10मा त मै पढिसक्यो हो अहिले त बिर्सेर पो त त्यो हामी भन्थ्यौँ नि त्यो डडाइङ डुडुङ आकाश साकाश गरिँदाखेरि पहिला चाहिँ प्रकाश आउने झिरेक हुन्छ अनि मात्र डडाइङ हुन्छ नि पछि मात्रै पड्किने नि आवाज पछि आउने त्यस्तो विभिन्न सबै कुरा चाहिँ त्यो 8 क्लासतिरकै विज्ञानमा पढ्नु पर्थ्यो
स्पिड त्यो त स्पिडले फरक पर्ने सर
है
साउन्ड भन्दा हजुरको चाहिँ त्यो लाइट चाहिँ स्पिड बढी हुने भयो के
त्यही त अब के गरे दिलीपजी हामी 7:40 भयौँ
7:40 भयौँ अब सुरु गर्नुपर्छ कि जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई अब चाहिँ हाम्रो मुकुन्द सर भने यहाँ जोइन गर्नु भएन कल गरेको उठेन उहाँको मन्त्रालय व्यस्तै हुनुहुन्छ कि जस्तो
ल सबै जनप्रसारणसँग साथीहरू आज हाम्रो चाहिँ महासचिव दिलीप राज पौडेलले यो कार्यक्रम सुरु गर्नुहुन्छ आई लाइक टु रिक्वेस्ट दिलीप राज पौडेल सेक्रेटरी जनरल टु स्टार्ट आवर टुडेज पान टक प्रोग्राम दिलीपजी प्लिज
हजुर थ्याङ्क यू सर हामी सबैजनालाई चाहिँ यो नेपाल जनप्रशासन सङ्घले 15 दिनको बुधबारमा चाहिँ सामान्यतया समसामयिक विषयमा चाहिँ विभिन्न इस्युहरूमा चाहिँ हामी छलफल गर्ने गर्छौँ र बिचमा हाम्रो साधारण सभा र चाहिँ बिचमा केही कारणले गर्दाखेरि हाम्रो बिचमा केही समय हाम्रो डिस्टर्ब पनि हुन गयो तथापि हामीले यसलाई निरन्तरता दिने क्रममा चाहिँ हामी जारी छौँ र हाम्रो सर्ट नोटिसमा पनि सरहरू यहाँहरू चाहिँ जुन आइदिनु भएको छ यो चाहिँ प्रोग्राममा चाहिँ आइदिनु भएको छ यसको लागि चाहिँ म सरहरू सबैलाई चाहिँ प्रति हार्दिक आभारसहित धन्यवाद र स्वागत पनि गर्न चाहन्छु भने त्यस्तै गरेर हाम्रो आजको यस कार्यक्रमका लागि वक्ताको रूपमा स्पिकरको रूपमा चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ जुन पिएचडी गर्दै गर्नुभएका निम सर चाहिँ जुन इन्डियाबाट चाहिँ एउटा हाम्रो समयलाई अनुरोधलाई स्वीकार गरेर हामीमा चाहिँ यो प्रेजेन्टेसन गर्न गइरहनु भएको छ उहाँलाई प्रति पनि म हार्दिक आभारसहित धन्यवाद प्रकट गर्न चाहन्छु र यति भन्दै यो आजको विषयवस्तुको बारेमा थोरै प्रसङ्ग अगाडि कोट्याइदिनु हुन म यस नेपाल जनप्रशासन सङ्घका पूर्व अध्यक्ष आइपिपी कृष्णहरि बासुरा सरलाई अनुरोध गर्दछु।
Yes, thank you, Dilipji. Today we have Adarsh Nim, and he is going to elaborate about the psychological well-being in the workplace. Mr. Nim is a PhD scholar, and he is doing his PhD. We wish every success urgent immediately, his PhD degree. The Adarsh sir, the floor is yours. Please, you speak about this psychological well-being in the workplace. Then we will have opportunity to clarify and ask some questions or some complimentary and supplementary on your presentation. Adarsh sir, the floor is yours. Please.
Yes. Thank you so much, Krishna ji, for inviting me here. Hira for actually inviting me here for this lecture, for this talk show. And I'm really happy to be with everybody here and talk to each and everybody, every one of you regarding psychology, health, well-being, why is it important, how is it important, and everything about it. Thank you so much, everybody, for having me here. It's a pleasure. So I'll just present the slide. Just give me a second. I'll just do it.
No, we have not seen.
You're not able to see?
Yeah, we are not able to see.
Okay. Sharing screen.
It is a blind slide, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe you can change second slide. Maybe
Okay.
the first page. Maybe the first page is blind.
Yeah. Okay, it's not working.
Have you went in the share?
Yeah, I went to the share, but I guess okay. I guess I'll do this way. Is it working now? No,
your cursor is seems
not
the PowerPoint screen
Not
has
yet.
not seen.
Okay. I'll just share the whole screen.
You are just moving your cursor. It seems in the screen. Only cursor is
Okay.
over
I'll
there.
just share the full
Yes,
screen.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Now
Okay,
good,
okay.
good.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
All right.
Now we can go ahead.
All right. Perfect. Okay. So everybody, thank you for having me again. So let's start with the main thing here, which says Introduction to Psychological Well-being in the Workplace. Why is it important to take care about well-being? Why is it important to study about well-being, psychology in workplace? Why? The first question is why? Why are we even having this very own workshop or this meeting here right now? What's the need? We were living our lives. There was no problem in living our life. Everything was happening. What was the need? That's the question, which I suppose nearly everybody would have in their mind right now. So let me tell you what is well-being. Yeah. So let me just tell you what is well-being. Anything which happens with us in our mind, with us emotionally, psychologically, is the well-being. Well-being is nothing but a different name for health. When we generally talk about health, it's always about the physical health. आज मैं ठीक हूँ. Today I'm able to walk properly. My health is good. I'm 60 years old. I'm able to walk and talk properly. My health is good. But it's just the physical health what we're talking. What about the psychological health? Who will take care of my psychological health? How am I feeling? What am I doing? How can I make myself feel better? Everything. These are the things we take care of in well-being. How about in workplace? What is a workplace? Anybody here can tell me what is a workplace for you? What do you understand by workplace? कोई भी यहाँ पे बताएगा. Anybody can turn on their mic and just say. Oh, Krishna ji, you are on mute, I suppose.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Friends, you can support to help to Adesh.
Yes.
He is just asking a question. What does mean by working place? What you feel? What is
What do you
the meaning
understand
of
by
working place?
what is the basic understanding of a workplace? किसको बोलते हैं workplace?
Anyone contribute?
Okay, no problem. I'll let you know. So any place where we do work, from where we earn money, from where we actually put in our hard work, not just physically, but emotionally as well. Right? So in that workplace, our mental well-being, the good mental well-being is important. For example, we live with our families, right? What if I have an argument with my family before leaving for work? If I have an argument and leave for work, once I go to work, once I reach work, do you think I will be having a good mood or a bad mood? What do you think? Most probably it's going to be a bad mood, if not good. If not bad, it's going to be just like a normal mood. It's okay, yeah, I'm here, I'm present. But it's important that we take care of that mental well-being, psychological well-being. So when I talk about workplace, so everybody who is working in a workplace is called an employee, is called an employer, manager is called an employer, people working under a manager is called an employee, correct? And then we have a proper hierarchy of the same. So this particular topic, psychological well-being, talks about how it is important for a mental health of an employee to be maintained. It includes satisfaction. That am I satisfied with my work or not? Am I being enough productive? For example, if you're not productive enough, the employer, your manager will come and ask you, will question your work. That it is not, you are not being productive. This work should have been completed in 10 minutes. You are taking 1 hour. Why is it happening? Where is your mind? Are you not concentrating? This is a general question which we face somewhere or the other in our life, in our corporate life, in our work life. So satisfaction, productivity, these are two very major aspects. Why satisfaction? What is the need of satisfaction? There's a need for satisfaction because when we are doing something, when we are doing some work, by the end of the day, am I happy with it? We always need to ask this question from ourselves. If I'm doing this particular thing, am I happy with it? For example, I never wanted to be a doctor per se. Let's take an example. But now I'm a doctor. I am handling 200 patients per day. In 24 hours, 200 patients is a big number. But by the end of the day, I have this question, okay, I'm not feeling well. I don't even know if this is the thing I ever wanted to do or not. I don't know. I just don't feel good about going to the hospital every day, my office every day. I don't want to talk to the same colleague. I don't want to talk to the same nurse every day. No, it's not something which I want. See, this is all about satisfaction. But what if I always wanted to be a doctor from my childhood, and today I'm a doctor? Everything is at my disposal. I'm a surgeon now. When I save a life, I feel extremely happy. People treat me near to a god, that you saved this person's life. Thank you. And I feel so good. And I'm satisfied now. It's all worth it. Yeah, I'm waking up 6 in the morning. I'm working till 9 in the evening, but it's all worth it. Everything seems worth it by the end of it. So that is satisfaction. But are we just talking about mental health? That's another thing. क्या सिर्फ mental health ही है? No. There are 3 type of things. Always remember 3 type of things. Mental health is 1. Physical health is 2. हम अच्छे से चल पा रहे हैं, दौड़ पा रहे हैं कि नहीं, that is 2. Third comes the emotional stability, the emotional health. हमारे इमोशंस कैसे हैं हमारी बॉडी में, हमारे माइंड में? क्या वो सही तरीके से हैं? Is everything okay? Is everything going fine? Is everything going well? I'm estimating when we turn 70, 75 years old, I do not expect a 75-year-old man to run. Because it's our understanding that their physical health is not at the peak level anymore.
Sure.
He cannot run at the same speed as a 20-year-old man. But when it comes to emotional and mental health, it's important to have that mental health with us. So again, everybody will be learning more about this psychological well-being. I hope everybody understood a basic idea of what it is, why is it important, how is it important. So let's move forward. So the first thing, So the heading says importance of psychological well-being for employees. Why is it important कि आपके जो employees हैं, जो workers हैं, आप हुए, हम हुए, उनकी well-being important क्यों है? Why don't they just do their work? Managers को ये बार question आ सकता है. मैं तो पैसे दे रहा हूँ, company पैसे दे रही है, why are you not doing this work? It has to be completed by the end of the week. Why are you not doing it? What is stopping you? I don't care if you are having bad health. I don't care. If there are some troubles at your house, I do not care. Get this work done. We need to close this deal by this week. How about that? We have these questions. We even have these managers at some point of time who is less concerned about your personal life. But let me tell you, your personal life affects your professional life. And that is why there is a term called work-life balance. And I'm pretty sure few of you must have heard that term, if not everybody. Work-life balance. जो मेरा work है, जो मेरी personal life है, उसमें एक balance होना बहुत जरूरी है. If there is no balance in it, either I would be too busy and too good in my work, and my personal life would go down in hell. Or if I'm too busy and too good in my personal life, my professional life will go down in hell as well. If I spend, out of 24 hours, if I spend 12 hours, 16 hours with my family, and I only do 5 hours or 6 hours of work, where I'm required to do minimum 8 to 10 hours of work in a day, do you think my manager would be happy with me?
No.
No. Do you think my promotion would be easier? No. Do you think he will help me with some of the few favors later down the lane? No. Why? Because I'm focusing too much on personal life. And same with the other way around. If I focus too much on in the professional life, in my work life, if I'm doing work, if I'm doing 10 hours of work in office, and even after coming back from office, I'm doing 4 more hours of work. Do you think my family, my children, my wife would be happy with me?
No.
They would obviously ask me a question. What is it, Adarsh? Why are you doing so much work? ऑफिस खत्म हो गया, ऑफिस में छोड़ के आओ वो काम. Why are you bringing your office work to home? This is your
Yes.
home, not your office. I am not your manager, I am your wife. We have a family. So it is important. By this example, I need you to understand it is important to maintain a balance. And this balance is not easy to maintain. We find it really, really difficult to maintain this balance. Right? So when I talk about how can we actually enhance it? So the first point, if you look at the first point, it says enhanced productivity. It says the well-being leads to higher engagement and performance among employees. So if I take care, for example, I'm the manager and I say, okay, yeah, you have some work at home. Oh, it's your anniversary today. It's your 25th anniversary today. And you want to leave home early. It's perfectly fine. You know what? I'll have it done. I'll do it. I'll ask somebody else to do the work. You go, have a good time. Enjoy it. Take the half day off. What do you think will happen? How will the employee, the worker, feel? I'll tell you how he or she will feel. He or she will feel so much happy. Why? Because the manager is showing empathy towards their employee. They are understanding that this is a general problem. Why? Because by the end of the day, when we are done with 24 hours, we are all humans.
Sure.
The manager also sleeps in the bed. I also sleep in the bed. He or she drinks water. I also drink water. He breathes in the same air as I do. There is no difference. He is a human being. I am a human being. So if there is a little empathy, there's a little understanding, people excel, people accept, people are ready to push limits, people are ready to take one step ahead. If today I am understanding my employee's absence for a few hours, maybe he or she wants to leave early because of a marriage anniversary. Tomorrow, if I have to go somewhere, or if I have some urgent work, I can ask that favor. That, do you mind if you can just stay for a few extra hours and complete this deal? Let's close this deal by today. An obvious reaction would be, yeah, sure. If you can understand and manage my absence, I can also take one step forward for you. Correct? There's a little empathy and understanding between both the manager and the employee. So what is happening? When there's an empathy, when there's an understanding, we are enhancing the productivity. Engagement. Employee is working harder. Oh, my manager is so good. He do so many things for me. This is the least I can do for him when he's asking to close the deal. This is just about a 1 day or 2 day work. It's perfectly fine. I can do this. No problem. Why? Because my manager is understanding. He cares about my personal life. Right? Just give me a second, huh? Just a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Sorry for that. So let's go to the second point. The second point says reduced absenteeism. What does it say? It says when people are in good mood, they will not take enough leaves. For example, if I have this manager who is not understanding at all, my manager is like, no, you have to come at 9 a.m. sharp in the morning and you will not leave before 6 p.m. No matter what you do. If your work is completed, sit there on your chair. You will not leave before 6. I don't care. So when I say, oh, my manager is so hectic, he wants 110% out of me every time. Is it possible? No, I'm a human being. But he wants it. He or she wants it. What will I do? Oh, it's Friday. Friday is holiday. Oh, Saturday is obviously a holiday. Sunday is a holiday. How about I take Thursday off as well? Now, manager has an extra load of Thursday. One employee is less. Second employee is less. People are taking sick leave because they don't want to have a conversation with the manager. They don't want to spoil their mood. They're coming out of a good vacation maybe. And if I have a good mental health, I would be like, yeah, it's okay. Manager is fine. Everything is great. And not just with manager. I really want everybody to understand that what happens when you work for 10 hours straight. You're not doing anything physical. You're not running a marathon. You're not doing anything. But somehow you feel exhausted. Why? आपने 10 hours running नहीं करी, आपने 10 hours sports नहीं खेला, football नहीं खेला, cricket नहीं खेला, but still you are exhausted, still you are tired. Why? Where is the tiredness? I cannot see. The employee cannot see how tired are you. The manager cannot see. But you are tired, of course. How are we tired? Where are we tired? Here. Mentally. Taking calls, receiving calls, doing work, doing with concentration. It takes away our energy. And once we are done with 10 hours of working, we are like, oh, whew, it's a relief. Once we reach home, we take good, proper air, breath, long breaths. We sit on our couch. We drink good water, 2 glasses of water, and we're like, oh, I had a very, very hectic day. Wife comes in and asks you that, did you run today? No.
No.
Did you eat a lot today? No. Then why are you tired? Oh, I did a lot of work. I had to concentrate for 10 hours. Now I'm tired. My mind is tired. Right? So
Yes.
this will, if I'm too tired for 10 days, maybe 11th day I would be like, okay, I cannot go to office. I need to take a break from office. My office is very taxing. I will take a leave. See, so this will reduce the absentees if we take good care of the employees. It will increase our productivity. It will reduce our absentees. The third point, it is the most important point, especially in the modern world. Like Krishnaji said, we keep on changing things lately in today's life.
Yes.
The third point says improves retention.
Yes.
What is retention? Retention means staying. For a company, you as an employee is an important resource. What you can do is not everybody can do. So for a company sees you as a very important person. So they want you to stay. They want you to stay with the company for a long period of time. And how can it be done? But when you stay in the company, when you enjoy working here, when you enjoy seeing the face of your manager, when you enjoy working with your manager, when you enjoy working with your colleagues, when there are facilities. If there is no AC in your office and it's 45 degrees in summers, will you be happy to stay in the office?
No.
Of course not. Everybody would start leaving after some time. Your company will have very small or less retention power. And if one office has a very good, beautiful rooms, plants, air-conditioned rooms, you have a relaxing room where you can just lay down as well, you will feel happy. You're like, oh, the company cares so much about me, so much about their employees. There is a good lighting in the room. There is good AC in the room, in the office. There is sleeping pods. I can rest. There's even a cafeteria. I can buy a coffee as well. There's a free coffee machine. I can have unlimited coffee. These things improve retention. So when I am mentally happy, I will love to stay in a company. I will love to stay with my employer. I would love to work with the same manager, right?
Yes.
So the next says, what are the factors which are influencing psychological well-being? What is making them go here and there? What is happening? Why do we feel heavy? What do you mean by a busy day in office? So the first point says workload and pressure. Workload and pressure. What is workload? What is pressure? जब हमारे पास बहुत सारा काम होता है, मान लो we have to make 50 Excel files, 50 Excel files, and ऊपर से क्या बोलते हैं मैनेजर? Oh, you have to do it by today. You cannot go home before doing it today. So much work, so little time, so much pressure. More work, less time is equals to high pressure. More work, less time is equals to high pressure. But what if there is more work, more time? That will means less pressure. So basically, whenever there is a heavy workload, there will always be heavy pressure. Because manager के ऊपर भी कोई है ना? There's always somebody above the manager who's behind the back to just get the work done quickly. And if the manager keeps on pushing you, do the work. If he keeps asking you within 15 minutes, what's the update? Hira, what's the update? Adarsh, what's the update? You would constantly feel under pressure, like what's happening? I cannot even work for 15 minutes without an interruption. This is such an important task. The person is asking me after every 15 minutes. See, these are the things which affect work-life balance. Another thing, like I mentioned, we already discussed this, how it is important to maintain my personal life and my work life together. Then comes a very important part which we usually miss in our daily life, that is organizational culture. हर एक environment का, हर एक office का ना culture होता है. For example, in my office there is a culture which is very authoritative. Everybody who is a leader will want everything done on time at that very moment. You cannot relax. You cannot do anything. No. Every other thing can wait. Do this first. This is the culture. It's not one person. It's not one manager, but every manager. There are different types of culture. I have seen a place where one of my client, I remember, okay, so anybody who doesn't know, I'm also a therapist. I take therapies. Okay. So I'll just disclose one beautiful part of this therapy where I was just having an appointment with my client. And that client told me that there is such a toxic environment in my office. And I asked him, why? What's toxic about it? To which he replied, whenever we are unable to fulfill the target for a day, we have a meeting by the end of the day with our manager. And the manager keeps on saying, if you are not able to complete the target tomorrow, you will be fired. So it's like my job is hanging by the sword. My neck is hanging by the sword. If I don't do this target, if I don't sell this product to 10 people today, I will be fired tomorrow. So this is the environment which my client was working in. So you can imagine there would be many people, many companies having such environment. There's not just one company. So ask this question to yourself. Will you be interested in working in such a hectic and disruptive environment? Can you work like that? No. You won't be giving 100%. You will be getting this, bas kaam ho jaye jaldi, kuch bhi kar. It won't be the good work. It won't be the efficient work. So these are the 3 points. These are 3 factors which actually affects our psychological well-being, our mental health.
Yes. Correct.
The next is the common workplace stressors and the impact on well-being. What are the common things? Deadlines. Krishna ji is my manager. Krishna ji comes to me and says, Adarsh, we need to close this deal by 3 p.m. And right now it's happening 12 p.m. You have
Yeah.
3 hours. I don't know how you do it. You do it right now.
Yes.
What will happen? I will start to feel anxiety.
Sure.
Arey, what will happen? What will happen if I won't be able to do? What will I do? What will I answer to Krishna ji? What will happen now? And what is anxiety? Anxiety क्या होता है? हम परेशान होते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा. Always remember one simple thing. Anxiety means future में आने वाली problem. Anxiety का मतलब ही है future. Nothing has happened right now. Today, right now it's 12 p.m. The work has to be done by 3 p.m. What I'm doing, I'm living in future. I'm already thinking about 3:01. Okay, now it is 3:01. Krishnaji would come and say, Adarsh, you are fired because you're not able to do work. So this is leading to anxiety. This means anxiety. This is leading to stress, a lot of stress. Job insecurity, the thing which I just mentioned, the example which I just gave you of my client. The fear of the job loss. It's always stress. It's always an anxiety in the workplace. Everybody is doing whatever they can 24/7, 12 months, 12 years. They're just continuously doing the same thing, selling the product at any cost, telling lies to the customer. To sell the product. I want to save my job, sell the product. Right? Then comes a very interesting part. Conflict and tension. कभी ऐसा हुआ आप लोगों के साथ? You're working with your manager and then there's a little tension. There's a conflict between you and your manager because of a particular project.
Sure.
Why is it happening? I'm not beating him up physically. He's not beating me up physically, but there's some tension. I don't like the manager because of this project anymore. Because there is an interpersonal conflict between the two people or multiple people. That manager is applying so much pressure on me that I'm not able to give 100% work. I can do much better, but I'm not able to because there's so much pressure, there's deadline. So these are the stressors. Stressors mean things which give us stress. And there could be multiple things. These are just an examples which I'm giving you, 3. Multiple things. मुझे घर का stress हो रहा है. There's a daughter of mine जिसकी शादी होनी है. लड़के वाले देखने आ रहे हैं घर पे. And now I'm sitting in the office. And now this manager is saying you can't leave before 7 p.m. Stress. I'm under a lot of stress. We are human. We have a life. I need to take my mother to the hospital and this manager is asking me to stay till 8 p.m. till I complete this work. What kind of a manager he is? I'm having difficulties. My mental health is not good. See, these are the things which affects. Anybody can have any problem at any time. So next is, how can we do better? What can be done? Until now, we have discussed, oh, there are so many problems in the workplace. Manager this, employee this, that. Okay, XYZ problems. Now we have 100 problems. Now we cannot just let it remain a problem. We need a solution. A work needs to be done. Sorry, it won't be getting done by its own. So what can be done? What strategies? What is the solution? Here is the solution. The first one says flexible work arrangements. An employee says, oh, you know what, there's a small function in my house and everybody wants me here. Can I stay at house and work from home? Will it be okay? Krishna ji, as my manager, says, yeah, sure, no problem. Just if you get this work done, no problem. Do from wherever you want. You want to do it from home, you want to come to the office, just get this work done. I have no problem until you get this work done.
Sure.
So by the end of the day, what does the manager want? The work to be done. And the employee is getting it done for you. And at the same time, you're also showing empathy. Oh, you have a function. I totally understand. It's all right. Flexible. What I'm doing, I'm reducing stress. You don't have to take stress. Naukri chali jayegi if I don't come. My manager would be unhappy with me. No, it's all right. Don't take stress. Enjoy the festival, enjoy the program, but also do the work. No problem. It's 1 day thing. I'll understand. It's your marriage. It's a 7 day thing. No problem. I will understand. It's all right. Flexible with works. Next come a very important part, which I believe it lacks in majority of the offices. Wellness programs, mental wellness programs. When was the last time your office conducted a wellness program where you are completely calm down? Just take deep breaths and relax. It's all right. Stop the pressure right outside the door. This is where you relax for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Do nothing, just relax. It lacks. This is a major problem all across the world. And I'll tell you an example of Google. Everybody knows Google, right? Everybody knows
Yes.
what Google is. Google is a company, search engine and everything. So I was having this conversation with one of my colleagues who works in Google. He says, Google is so good. And I say, what makes Google so good? What's the difference? I work in a very good university. I teach. It's amazing university. You don't know anything about my university. It's much better than Google. He says, you know what? In Google, you can actually sleep. There is a sleeping station. You don't have to work so much. They are like, you only have to come 4 days a week. If you are tired, go sleep. Come up, do the work, relax. We have plants everywhere. We have therapies. We have psychological therapy sessions. I can opt for a session whenever I'm feeling stressful, what to do next. There are deadlines. It's not like we don't have deadlines. Google don't have deadlines, but they manage it very well. They're calming sessions. I'm not stressful about deadlines anymore. And I'm like, oh, I guess you are right. Google is better than my college after all. This is the major difference. Wellness programs, major difference. Next is open communication. Very important thing. That how managers or even employees are comfortable to discuss their problem. What if I'm having a quarrel, if I'm about to get divorced with my wife and I won't be able to come to the office because I have a court hearing? It's a very, very logical reason, very possible. So what if I am thinking that agar main manager ke paas gaya, he or she would be just like, I don't care, come to the office. But no, this is where a manager and an employee both needs to understand that there should be a good communication level. Both of the parties should be able to communicate with one another in a comfortable way. I have this work, I have that work. Okay, wait, don't worry. Ask, go to the manager. Aapne mujhe do kaam bole. Both are on deadlines. Both have to be done by 3 p.m. I understand. But you need to understand one thing, sir. I am a human being. I cannot do both the things at the same time. You need to tell me which one is more important than the other one. Whichever work is more important, I will do that work first. And the manager is like, no, you do both the works at the same time. I don't care, it's equally important. No, sir.
No.
I won't be able to do so. Why is this conversation happening? Because I feel the manager would understand. Okay, yes, Adarsh, I totally understand. How about you do this work first, and once you're done with this work, get on to the next work quickly. Okay, sir, I'll do it. That's how you have an open conversation. Right? So these are basic strategies of how we can uplift our mental well-being in the workplace. Then comes a very important part, that is role of leadership. Role of leadership. लीडर का अच्छा होना या खराब होने का क्या रोल है वर्कप्लेस? If there is a good leader, there would be a good environment. Like I said, like it says, a supportive environment. When there is a good environment, people would be happy to work in your company for a longer time. Sustainability would be there. Retention period would increase. mental well-being would increase, productivity will increase, sick leaves will decrease. It's like a heaven for a manager. Oh, everything is working according to me.
Yes.
So this is why leadership is important. If you are led by a manager who cannot take a stand for you, if there is a problem comes in your team and he is giving answer to a CEO, for example, and he says, you know what, मेरा ग्रुप सबने अच्छा काम किया, बस ये आदर्श ने ना ये गड़बड़ कर दिया. So you are like, अरे, we worked in a team and now you are targeting me alone, that this is just my fault, and now the CEO is scolding me. What kind of leadership is this? You can't take a stand for your teammate. What kind of a leader are you? What kind of a manager are you? A manager sometimes need to take a bullet for your teammate. It's completely fine. Okay, it was my team's fault. I take the responsibility. It's all right. We'll work on it. We'll work on it as soon as possible. Supportive environment. What is clear communication? Be transparent. Sir, I'll do it. No problem. Sir, I was not able to do so. Why? Because of this reason. So these are small things. Clear communication is very important. Transparent. Being transparent with your manager, very important. The more you are transparent with your manager, the more the manager will understand you. Same way around. Empowerment. मान लेते हैं, for an example, Krishna ji is my manager. I am his employee. I have done some work. I have submitted one work. Krishna ji is like, okay, हाँ ठीक है, हो गया ना काम. Next. What if he is like, Adarsh, you have done a very good work. Thank you. Just one sentence, few words, 5 to 6 words.
Yes, sure.
How will that make me feel? What do you think? It will make me feel out of the world. My manager, मेरे भगवान ने मुझे ये आके बोला कि you have done an amazing work.
Sure.
I will feel on the top of the world. I will feel so happy. I will feel amazing. What is it doing? He or she is supporting me for my work, encouraging me for my work, for the things I have done. So it's important to have a good leader in the workplace. A bad leader will result in bad productivity in every bad aspect. So that is why it is important to have good leadership in the environment of workplace. So now we have good leader, now we have everything. But what's the benefit? Tell me the numbers. What will happen? So there was this study. It was an American study in the late 2000, where they were organizing mental health programs to relax the employee. Do work for 7 hours straight, but for 1 hour, you will be relaxed. You will be working, just relaxing your mind. You have done enough work every day. It happened for 2 months. And after the 2 months, there was this another survey which took place. And that was the whole part of the research. And the research said there was a 30% increased in productivity of the employees when this was happening, when there were certain psychological programs which were happening, therapies were being conducted for employees, employees were given proper care about their mental well-being, holidays were given, manager was showing empathy. 30% increase in productivity. Can you imagine? That's a big number. 20% reduced turnover. What does it say? 20% reduced turnover, 20% less stress for the employees. They were feeling less stressful, 20% less stressful. They were handling the deadlines in so much better way. Everything seems in a much better way. 40% enhanced employee satisfaction. When people were asked, 4 out of 10 people wanted to stay in the company. Yeah, I'm very happy in the company. I want to work here for the rest of my life. But what if my manager is very strict and very pokey? and then I ask you this question, will you be working here? You'll be like, no, no. I would leave tomorrow if the opportunity comes. There is no loyalty for me with this company. So there was 40% satisfaction, all because of the well-being. When we take care of well-being, nobody's breaking your leg, nobody's asking you to run, nobody bothers about physical well-being. Mental well-being, your calmness, it's all about that game. So basically, here comes the conclusion for us for this session. So the most important vital takeaways here is addressing the stigma. What is the stigma? That if you are able to walk, if you are able to stand, if you're able to sit, you are 100% well, my son. Why don't you work for 8 hours now? What's the problem? So we need to break this. The problem sometimes lies in our mind. We have been working like 10 hours, 11 hours for the past 1 month. Now we are exhausted. See us, acknowledge my exhaustion. Please. I'm mentally exhausted. So break the stigma that there is no such thing as mental exhaustion. There is. Second is the continuous support. You need proper support from your manager. You need things from your manager so that you are able to perform well. Continuous support is priority. Measuring impact. Taking care of my employees will help me to see if my employees are able to do the work properly or not. They're able to perform tasks in a particular time or not. It's important. Earlier, my employee was able to complete this task in 1 hour. Now he or she is able to complete it in 45 minutes. That's an increment of 15% straight away. We all want that. We all want to save time. Time is money in today's time. And that's great. But at the same time, we need to understand mental health is also a big thing. So this is where we come to the conclusion of this. If anybody has any question for me, for anything, please ask me. I'll stop sharing as of now. I hope I was able to explain in a better way, in a good way. The floor is open for everybody. Please ask your questions.
First of all, Adarshji, we like to express our gratitude for your very excellent elaborative presentation tonight. You have focused especially the introduction of this psychological well-being in the workplace, and you have already expressed about the importance. Basically, you have talked about the physical health and the mental health that you call psychological health, and you have very cleanly mentioned that there are three things. Number one, the mental. Second one, the physical, and third one, the emotion. There are very important things, and you spoke about the personal life and the professional life. We need to maintain the balance, and there is a very important matter you have shown in your presentation about the empathy and the understanding very elaborately, and the factor influencing the psychological well-being. You have focused about the workplace and the pressure, the work life, the balance, and organized cultures. I think we understood very nicely. You talk about the entity, few things about the way forward. And finally, now you have some takeaway, that is the addressing, supporting, and the impact. I think our colleagues are understand well about your presentation. And if our colleagues have any queries, any supplementary, complementary, I like to request to ask some questions or give your one views to Adarsh ji in this forum. May I request to our Netra sir, Netra Subedi, our Joint Secretary from the Government of Nepal. Do you like to speak few things? Or I like to request another friend, Dr. Govinda Tamang. He's a professor in the Dr.
Yes,
Govinda Tamang, please.
Thank you, sir. Adarsh sir. So I'm really very happy to listen to you regarding psychosocial things, right? So I would like to know about basically you talked about well-being, right?
Yeah.
So in fact, as a manager, so the clear communication is needed, the transparent communication is needed that you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
So how about the layout of the workplace? For example, nowadays, co-working space has been, like coming of everywhere, and which in fact naturally, helps us for the flow, I mean, the communications among the employees and the managers, right? So, what is your opinion on it? How about the layout of the workplace? Does it really help for the well-being of our employees and manager?
Adarsh,
Yeah.
what we will do, we will collect a few questions, then I'll request to respond to all of them. Dr. Min Chetri. Min Chetri, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, sir. And thank you, others, for your
Yeah.
presentation.
Mhm.
Actually, I don't have any particular question. I just would like to reinforce what you said. Maybe something is missing in your presentation. You mentioned about the barriers of psychological well-being in the workplace.
Yeah.
In my opinion, actually, this is not my opinion, but this is universal. It is a universal truth that basically psychological well-being in the workplace basically depends upon two main factors. If you like and enjoy your work, then problems will disappear, will dilute.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
is number one. And number two is that if somebody thinks that work is worth it, I think you will enjoy the work, and the problems will disappear. These are the fundamental things which maybe I missed to hear you, but I think
Mm.
these are the two things you missed to present. Otherwise, thank you for your excellent presentation. I enjoyed it.
And thank you, Binbadu Chetri. May I request Dr. Rishikesh Ponti, do you have anything to ask with Adarshi?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Thank you for presentations. There is one question regarding the psychology of well-being. Is job insecurities
Mhm.
is the prime factor for creating the one of the major factor for the employee well-being. I think
Yeah.
you have not mentioned in any slide over there. Can you mention this for us? It is one of the prime factors.
Yeah.
Job insecurities, and another one is interpersonal fit for workplace. That means the right man at the right place at the right times.
Mhm.
That's one of the another prime cause of the psychology of well-being of the workplace, I think.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ponti. Adarshi, I will just
Yeah.
look another two questions, then we'll have 5 questions. Then I
Yeah.
will give the floor to you.
Yeah.
Netra Subedi, sir, do you have anything? What about the Hira Shrestha? Hiraji?
Sir, yes, I'm listening. Thank you so much, Adarsh sir, for the insightful thoughts and experience in psychological well-being in the workplace. Pan is delighted to have you in this virtual program. My queries, I have certain questions like if I have certain cognitive distortions like personalization and self-blaming, it often causes stresses and anxiety to me, and I further can't develop good relationship at the time. How can I get rid of from that kind of stereotypes?
Oh,
This is
yeah,
my
thank you.
question.
May I request Navina Chaulagai? Do you have anything to ask? Navinaji. Navinaji, please, floor is yours. You can speak. I think she have some problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Navina,
Can you
please.
hear me, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Thank you so
Go
much,
ahead.
sir, and thank you, Adarsh sir, for this delightful virtual conversation where we are aware about our psychological well-being and many things are addressed and hit in our mind about the working culture that we are facing day by day, time and again, and all the things and the queries that are that are addressed here, like job insecurities, like our cognitive ability that also hampers, like but the main thing that means her also stated highlighted that working culture and self motivation, I think that also matters in our
Yeah.
psychological well-being. So
Mhm.
how can we more um, uh, address that, how can we build up our self motivation, and because there are many things that hinders our performance, and which I think the if our works are not also addressed by our seniors, our managers, then that will also cause some psychological well-being also. So
Yeah.
I think that needs to be addressed, because nowadays these issues has been um, arised mainly in working culture, because
Yes.
our level hierarchical level, if they do not address our working work properly that we are doing, then that may cause the problem. So I think we need to address these issues also. So
Yeah.
organizational structures and the environment also does matter, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
So only
Yeah.
uh, so this is the thing I want to keep. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you everyone, Pan, for giving this opportunity to
Okay,
participate
thank
in
you,
this.
Navinaji. What we will do, Adarsh sir,
Yeah.
we will conduct the first session, first question answer session.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll request for the second round. We close this talk program by 9 Nepali time,
Okay.
meaning that we
Okay.
have 20 minutes left. The
Yeah.
floor is yours, Adarsh sir.
Yeah. So I will not take much time. It will hardly take me like 5 to 10 minutes to answer your question. So the first question which you guys asked about was about trust, right? How can a manager trust and your employee, or an employee trust your manager? Maybe your employee might lie to you, oh, I have this marriage, and now the manager is given holiday, like, yeah, go enjoy, and now your employee is partying somewhere else, enjoying somewhere else. It's a big possibility. So always we need to remember that trust is that particular aspect which is a two-way street, which works two-way. If a manager is showing trust on the employee, it is employee's duty to show the trust back. It cannot happen from one way. We can complain as much as we want about the manager not being understandable and everything, maybe because you have broken the trust. So we need to understand trust is a two-way thing. When we give trust, we take trust. When we take trust, we need to give trust. Always remember this, never forget it. Whenever you're handling in a workplace, this is a strategy where you need to have a communication that I'm trusting you with this, but make sure you do not break my trust. Okay. So the next question was about the layout, about the culture, what is happening with us. So yes, the culture is very important in wherever we are understanding and working. What if I go to a different country? Me being Indian, for example, and I'll take my example, me being Indian, I go to the US and start working there. Will they be giving holidays for my festivals? The big possibility is no.
No.
But what if my manager is good? And if I tell him or her that, you know what, there's a very big festival in my religion, in my country, is it okay if I take off? And the manager says, yeah, yeah, sure, it's perfectly fine. I understand there must be a big thing in your culture. It's all right. We can manage one day. It's all about one day. If I receive this feedback, this thing from my manager, I would be like, oh, what a beautiful manager. I wish everybody has this kind of a manager. So cultural acceptance and difference is there. Acceptance should be there as well, right? So like Meenaji mentioned about satisfaction. Yes, I did mention about satisfaction in the PowerPoint, in the slide, Meenaji. Minji, sorry. And it is important to focus on satisfaction. I totally agree. If I am not satisfied in my job today, I will not be continuing with my job. I will change it. In today's time, today's younger generation is totally about this changing job. Trust me being young in this generation, I know so many of my friends keep on changing the job every 7 to 8 months. Why? They want more increment, or they are just not happy with the job that they manage. So this is important. Satisfaction is a very important role. Next is the job insecurity. Yes, we always have this thing in our mind. If I take 1 day extra holiday, my job is at risk. But how can it be solved? By having a good and open communication with your manager. If my manager is understanding my point of view, things would be easier. If my manager is not, you need to reach the office immediately. Sorry to break it to you, but this is how things work. If you will not leave, obviously he will have no other option but to fire you, because that is what he thinks. I cannot change the other person, I can only change myself. This is the reality, right? So interpersonal communication, job insecurity are two things. Yes. So communication is important. It works simultaneously with how you are in the job. And the other thing which Hira mentioned is a very different thing. Hira has been my student earlier. If nobody knows, she has been my student for a long time. She mentioned about the stereotypes. How manager are showing stereotypes. Oh, I remember I used to work with this person who belongs to a certain community, and this type of community is not hardworking. Other person comes who belongs to the same community, and he has the stereotype. The manager is like, okay, I know you have joined yesterday, but I know you won't be working hard, so I'll be very strict with you. What is this? This is stereotyping of behavior. You have taken one example of one bad apple. Now you are applying that one bad apple to everybody. Not good, not possible. This will spoil the work culture. That human being will not be happy to work with you, will not be able to take extra mile for you when you ask him or her. Stereotypical behavior needs to stop right away. It's high time we address it. It is not right, not in the workplace, not anywhere. Right? And again, self-motivation. Nabina ji asked about self-motivation. How can we self-motivated? So there's a thing called discipline. There's a thing called motivation. So when we are self-disciplined about particular things, okay, I need to do this irrespective there is my mood or not. Self-discipline brings motivation. If I have this thing in my mind, I need to go to the office daily and I have to reach it by this time, I would be motivated by the end of it. Trust me, that's how things work. So I guess I addressed all the questions. If there are any other questions, please let me know.
Thank you, Adarshji. We'll continue for second round QA. First of all, I just like to congratulate Hiraji and Adarshji. The student and the teacher both are out of standing. Hiraji, she is a gold medalist in our country. She is our student. It is very something secrecy we are noticed in this round, in this day. Netra sir, do you like to intervene over here? You like to speak few things? Please, Netra sir.
Actually, I learned a lot about the psychological well-being in the workplace. We learned a lot. So many thanks to our Adarsh ji, first of all. And my only one point is that should we highlight about the Eastern lifestyle like meditation, vipassana, art of living, Jivan Vigyan, like that of lifestyle and courses, sessions during our training so that they can boost our balance between work and life. This is my complimentary query to our Adarsh ji. My another point is that there should be teamwork in the office based on mutual trust and expected result of that task. Only then the relation between boss and employee, relation between the peers will improve. That is my only complimentary point for this presentation. Thank you once again.
Netra sir,
Thank you so much
thank you
for
you.
your input,
Yes.
Netra ji. I totally agree with you, with your
Yeah.
point, and it's a very good point. Yes, meditation, vipassana, art of living, these things help us to balance our life. It helps us to calm our mind, and when our mind is calm, we will be recharged with so much energy, positive energy, so that we can have better output, better productivity, and better life balance.
Sure.
Thank you,
Adarsh
Netra
ji,
ji.
our some few participants, they have used the chat box. You can see the check the chat box. Santa Gautam ji, do you like to speak few things? You have mentioned something in the chat box. Or any other colleagues?
Sir,
Please, Santa Gautam,
good
please.
evening. Good evening, sir. Very nice presentation. Adarsh sir has completed during the short period. He has highlighted most important factors. The world is totally IT based and going to be robotic, and AI is replacing the human resources in the workplace. In this situation, how to balance that robotic environment, the work environment, and the life, and the psychological, the well-being, is how can we address in this multicultural and robotic world?
Yes,
My queries.
That's a very good question, Shantaji, and thank you for bringing this question up. In today's time, in this today's hectic time where everybody is losing job, everybody is gaining job, everything is happening at the same time. So I would just give one line answer to this thing. If we are skilled enough, we will make AI work for us. But if we are not skilled enough, AI might work for us. Sorry, we might work for the AI. So we need to understand we need to use AI, not the other way around. Artificial intelligence exists. It will exist. It will keep on existing over a period of time. But we need to make it work for us. All right. So, yes, once we understand how the AI is working towards it, will it take our job? No. We need to make it work for us. Right? Yes. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, thank you. Any other colleagues? Bimdo ji, or maybe Pratibha ji, maybe Churamani Devkota ji? Anyone? Maybe the Sri Ram ji? Anyone have any queries with Adarsh ji? If
Hello.
not, yes,
Hello.
yes. Yeah, please.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Pathak,
I'm
madam.
And I would like to put a question.
Please, you are most welcome.
So, like, I think I just want to extend what Netra sir just told. Like, he talked about what kind of some activity we should be doing or something like that. But how about we ensuring this kind of mental well-being activity in our workplace, like in certain space of time? Is there any kind of activity that we can do in certain interval of time in our workplace, and or some kind of games that we could enroll or something like that, so that maybe you have made some study about that, if that really works at our workplace, because that's what we can suggest our human resource department to do it. And
Sure. And thank you so much for bringing up this question. It's a very good question, a very essential question, I must say. So there are two things which are coming to my mind as of now. First, having a therapist in your team is important. There are so many people in the company, so many people working. There must be stress coming from your personal life or coming from your professional life. But by the end of the day, Stress does not care if it is affecting your personal life or your professional life. It will affect you. So when we have a therapist in our team, in our office, we can have a consultation session with that therapist. We can open up, we can tell our problems. Therapist will understand our problems, might be giving a solution. We will be overcoming the problem. We will be working with the problem. It will increase our productivity. It will increase our well-being. One thing is this. Second thing, a quick solution is having a stress buster session. Just taking one day in a week for 15 minutes for everybody to come together and not do anything, just sit and relax and talk. That's it. And you need to talk about anything but work. Talk to your manager about anything but work. Deadline? No, we don't talk about the deadline for 15 minutes. What are your plans for the weekend? Where are you going for vacation next? How about that? Exciting things, positive things. Just 15 minutes right before going to home. That's it.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you
Adarsh.
so much. I think I would request our former secretary, sir, Krishna
Please,
Ibaskada,
please,
sir,
please,
to
please.
put this kind of provision in our government offices, so that this is a compulsory one, and we even like we make such practices in our offices, so that we have a safe space, like someone has made it and someone has made a compulsion to do it, so that it applies everywhere, and the rigorous HR that we have in our offices also agree to it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Anyone have any queries? साथीहरू अब बिस्तारै हामी सिद्ध्याउनेतर्फ जान्छौँ किन भन्दा करिब करिब हामीले 9 बजे सिद्ध्याउने भनेकोमा 8:54 भयो साथीहरू केही छ भनेदेखि पाऊँ आदर्श आई एम जस्ट रिक्वेस्टिङ द फाइनल राउन्ड इफ इन्द्र श्रेष्ठ डु यु लाइक टु स्पिक एनिथिङ इन्द्र श्रेष्ठ यु आर म्युट Indra Srestha?
Namaskar, it's extremely sorry I didn't join on time. That's why probably it's half listening. Maybe that may be wrong, or say that may be dangerous to ask these questions, or say have some inquiries. Very interesting. Bit my query. Somehow I got confused initially. That is.
Indra, you are out of net, you disconnect. Indra was he is a professor. He's teaching students to his college. Thus, he is out of contract. Sorry. और कसैको साथीको केही छ? Adarsh, if you have any final word, the floor is yours. Otherwise, we are going to wrap up the session.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for inviting me. Thank you, Hira. Thank you, Krishna ji, and everybody here for inviting me for this beautiful lecture. Really enjoyed talking to you, and I hope I have cleared your doubts and questions. And if you still have any doubts, any question, feel free to actually reach out to me. Hira has my details. You can always reach out to me for personal questions, for professional questions. I am a therapist. I'm a PhD scholar. I'll be your friend. You want to talk about things, be open to it. Okay. Just make sure you stay healthy, not only physically, but also mentally. That is my only aim, being a psychologist. And that is what all I wish for. Thank you so much.
Okay, Adarsh, thank you for joining with us in this evening.
Yeah.
You have very excellent presentation. We like to extend our invitations to you when you feel to come Nepal. You are most welcome.
Sure.
When we have our program in our Kathmandu or any other place of inside the Nepal, we like to invite to you as a speaker. We like to wrap up this talk program or night. Secretary General Dilip Raj Paudil, may I like to request, please express the vote of thanks to Adarsh and all the participants, and please, I request to you to close this program. Dilip ji, tapaiको पालो.
Thank you, sir. Actually, first of all, I would like to very thanks to the Mr. Adarsh Nim. And another part, the coordinate with him by our member Hira Sreshta. So actually, Hira have many knowledge and information about the Adarsh Nim. So I would like to close the wrap up of this session and request to the Hira Sreshta.
Hira, the floor is yours. You can express a few words and please close the wrap up
Yes, sir.
this program.
Thank you so much, Krishna sir. Thank you everyone. Special thank you, Adarsh sir, for your insightful inputs. We have been clear about about how to develop leadership roles to enhance physical, psychological well-being in the workplace. You have clearly mentioned some strategies. I know that is essential, but how much we practice in the workplace is very important. Thank you so much considering our time, considering our invitations. We always love to invite you in the days to come. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
everybody. I'll take a leave
Okay.
now. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye to all. Thank you.
Sorry,
Good night,
म
sir.
अलिकति यो डिस्कनेक्ट भयो आई कुडन्ट
अँ
कम्प्लिट माई
इन्द्रजी हामीले
क्वेसन
आजलाई क्लोज गऱ्यौँ
अब
हो
session
होइन म
close
अलिक
गर्छु।
बिचमा प्रब्लम भयो यहाँ
हजुर हजुर
कनेक्सन
लाइन काटियो
भयो
ठिक छ
बोल्दा बोल्दै
हस्
एनिवे थ्याङ्क यू सो मच
हस् हस् इन्द्र सर थ्याङ्क यू
ओके
है त दिलीपजी अब उ गर्दै हुन्छ
सर
ल थ्याङ्क यू ल